you are from research or scientific community, you might have come across one peer review for sure that your picture quality is not good, it's not up to mark, you have to maintain 300 DPI. So in this video, I'm going to clear all of your doubt with related to image file formats, DPI, other things, JPG, PNG, TIFF. So don't miss out this video, watch it completely and let me know what are your thoughts into this. In this video, I'm going to cover what is called raster and vector diagrams, then what is the difference between different file format, and then I'm going to give you a brief of file format comparison. So let's see what is raster. So raster is nothing but it's an image having how much pixel you have, like say you say 24 megapixel. So you have essentially that many numbers of pixel into that picture. So when you zoom in, you will notice that you have essentially RGB colors placed with the certain values and you're getting the colors. A raster image is nothing but a collection of pixels. So each pixel will have a certain value of RGB and that reflects a particular color. So for example, right now this looks black, right? So the RGB value which comes to that, I think FFFF. So it is a true black color. So that is the value in this pixel particularly. So whatever you right now looking is actually raster. So in raster, when you zoom in a picture, you will realize the edges get blurred because you have in raster picture, you have a certain information. Okay. So once you stretch the pixel at a good scale, you can start seeing each pixel, which is known as pixelation, or the image is pixelated. So I hope you might have heard this word. So it is similar when you zoom in your picture a lot, you see it loses its quality and all. Moving forward to the vector. Okay. Vector on the other hand, it's more of a paths and curves which follows certain mathematical relations. So in vectors, there are no pixels. It's all derived by mathematical equations, as I mentioned. So since it's a mathematical equation, if you scale it, it scales in the same way. How much you scale, whether you scale it for 20, 50 or 100x, it's not going to blur or pixelate because there are no pixels. So for example, this picture, which is similar to the previous picture, but if I zoom in, you will notice that the quality remains same. Even if I zoom it, I cannot do in more than PowerPoint, but even if I zoom in further, there are practically no pixels. It will be as crisp as it was before. So that's the difference between a raster and a vector image. And each software, when you do image processing, has their own capabilities. Some can give you only raster, some can give vector. So that's a quick difference between the two formats, and I'll get back to you like where to use what. All right. So now we do a quick comparison between raster and vector. So first comparison is scaling the image. So in a raster image, as I mentioned, it's nothing but the cluster of pixels. So you have certain pixels. If your image is 1 MB, like it used to be in 2000s, you have 1.2 or you have a 2 megapixel camera. So if you stretch more than this, the picture loses its meaning. Now cameras are 50 megapixel, 48 megapixel. So you have that many number of pixels. So even if you stretch also, it works fine. But the overall image size is high. In the vector, since it has to derive, if I'm drawing a line, it is just y is equal to mx plus c. How much you stretch the x value, the y will proportionally change. Or if you're drawing a circle, it follows the equation of circle or a certain, characteristics, mathematical. So there is no information of pixels. It just fill from that. So practically you can zoom how much you can, how much your screen allows to you to do. And since there are no pixel information stored, the file size of a vector file is always very small. So that's one advantage. Moving for the file format, so JPG, PNG, TIFF, BMP. So BMP is the MS Paint file format. All these file formats are actually raster. In fact, the video that I'm recording is a raster. It's a raster because essentially they are the sequence, right? So it's video, it's a sequence of pictures. So these all things are rasters. Moving forward to vectors, EPS, encapsulated PostScript file, which can be exported from MS PowerPoint also. SVG, scalable vector graphics, and PDF, we all know. They are the example of vector. Now PPI, pixel per inch. So in 1 inch, how many pixels you have? So, a picture, anything higher than 300 DPI, or DPI stands for dots or pixel per inch. So any image higher than 300 DPI will give you quite a good resolution. But anyway, if you're looking at a 4K screen with 56-inch display, And definitely it's not going to be that crisp, but on the other side, vector, you don't have, there are no pixels, so there is no meaning of pixels per inch. So it can stretch how much you can. Application, photography, illustration, because when you click a picture, essentially you are capturing the color information on a sensor. Sensor has that many dots, so it is capturing the color information. So photography and sketching kind of illustrations all are example of raster images. Logos, icons, and some vector based illustrations also example of vector. So I hope this gives you a brief idea. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment box. I'll try to address that. Moving forward, transparent images. This is another very misunderstood concept in this scientific community, I would say. Many people, I can bet you, they don't understand what is a transparent image. And with this video, I would like to clear that. Now, these two pictures on the screen, if you're looking, as of now, they looks very, very similar. There is not even a pinpoint difference between the two images. But let me just add a background to behind these two images, and you will realize what is called a transparent image. So when you create a diagram which doesn't have any background information, and you can place it in front of any color practically, it's called a transparent image. While when you save a picture in a JPG, JPEG or BMP format, because they do not support a transparent background information, so you always end up with a white background or black background, anything which you will choose while exporting. But by default, usually it is white. So this is the example, and we should understand transparent image. I personally prefer to have PNG file with the transparency, so that I can put forward behind any color, or if in case there is some issue, I can at least take a white background rectangle and I push forward this image. So always prefer to have a transparent image. And how to export this, I'll show you in the subsequent videos. All right, next important things, color scheme. Now this is also one of the most, I would say, misunderstood, I would say, concept in scientific community. Let's understand this. So when you take printer, the printer never works on RGB format. RGB is a digital color scheme. So if you know that your picture or whatever you are creating, content you're creating, it's going for digital purpose only, I would always suggest that you go with RGB color scheme. And many professional softwares, I don't count MS PowerPoint and all, because they are all digital software, so they by default work in RGB system. They don't give you even an option to convert into CMYK, to best of my knowledge. But if you go to some good software like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, CorelDRAW, Inkscape, GIMP, there are some of the open source software. These softwares give you option to choose between RGB or CMYK, because they have a capability to use for both the applications, digital or print. So printers work on the CMYK scheme, which stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and K. K is a factor. 0 K indicates white color, and K as 1 indicates, I'm not sure, 1 or 256. It's a bit, right? So they understand. So they mean a 0 value stands for white and a maximum value stands for black. In case you are making a document, you have to decide whether it is going for print or it is going for digital publication. So you have to choose accordingly. So that's all for this video. I hope you got a gist of what to think before you start creating your next diagram. If you have any doubt or any clarification, please feel free to write into the comment box. And I hope you like this video. I'll be coming up with a similar topic, image, file formatting, what to create, how to export JPG, SVG in a subsequent video. But meanwhile, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, support me, and thank you. See you in the next video.